General yields back. Chair recognizes Mr. Carter, Georgia, our last member to participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Dorsey, congratulations. I'm the last one. Mr. Dorsey, in preparation for this hearing, I sent out a notice throughout my district, and I asked them, I let them know that we were having this hearing and I was going to be asking questions, and I said, what do you think I ought to ask him? So I got back some pretty interesting responses for that, and one of them came from a teenage high school student, a conservative teenage high school student down in Camden County. That's right on the Georgia-Florida state line. And he said, you know, I'm a conservative teenage high school student, and I'm on Twitter, and I've got over 40,000 followers. Yet I have tried, this young man had tried 5 times to get verification, and yet he's been turned down all 5 times. And his question to me was, I've got friends who are more liberal than me, who've got less followers than me, and yet they've been verified. Why is that? What should I tell him?
So we, first and foremost, we believe we need a complete reboot of our verification system. It's not serving us. It's not serving the people that we serve well. It really depends on when his friends were verified. We had an open verification system not too long ago that looked for various criteria, and we verified people based on that. And it's not a function of how many followers you have. We have some verified folks who only have 5,000 followers. That was his point. I mean, he had 40,000. He couldn't, and he doesn't understand. I don't know what to tell him. I mean, you know, it seems to me like he would have been verified. And from what he explained to me and to staff is that they applied at the same time. Yeah. So why was he denied and they were approved? I would need to understand his particular case, so I would want to know his name, and
I'll be glad, and we will get you that information, because I'd like to get the young man an explanation. Okay, I think he deserves it. Okay. And let me ask you something, and I apologize, but being the last one, sometimes you're a little bit redundant. But you were asked earlier because, you know, this committee, and particularly the Health Subcommittee, has been the tip of the spear, if you will, with the opioid crisis that we have in our country. As you're aware, we're losing 115 people every day to opioid addiction. And we just talked about the algorithms, and you've been talking about it all day about, you know, why is it that we haven't been able to get these sites off? What's missing? I mean, what are you identifying that you're missing not to be able to get these tweets off?
I don't know if it's I think it's more of a new behavior and new approach.
This has been going on quite a while.
It's certainly not an excuse. We need to look at these more deeply in terms of like how our algorithms are automatically determining when we see this sort of activity and taking action much faster.
Okay, fair enough. My last question is this, and I want to talk about intellectual property, particularly as it relates to live streaming. Now, you've been here all day. You were over at the Senate this morning. You've been here this afternoon. And all day long, you know, you've been saying, and we have no other reason but to believe you, yeah, we need to work on this. We're going to work on this. The piracy that takes place with live streaming movies and intellectual property like that, that's been going on for quite a while, hasn't it?
It has.
Why should I believe you? And we had another CEO of another social media that was here a couple of months ago. You know, the same thing. We're working on it. We're going to get it done. But yet this is something that's been going on. You ain't got it done yet. Why should I believe you now? And I say that because, you know, Dr. Bouchon, Representative Wahlberg, I echo their comments. I don't want the federal government to get into this business. I don't want to regulate you guys. I think it'll stifle innovation. But why should I believe you if you haven't got this fixed?
Yeah, well, the reason we have to still work on it is because the methods of attack constantly change. And we'll never arrive at one solution that fixes everything. We need to constantly iterate based on new vectors of stealing IP or rebroadcasting IP, for instance, because they're constantly changing, and we just need to be 10 steps ahead of that.
You know, I want to believe you, and I'm going to believe you, but I just have to tell you, I hope you believe me. We don't want the federal government, and you don't want the federal government being this. I think the success of the internet and of your products has been because the federal government stayed out of it. But we've got to have help, and we have to have a commitment. And when I look at this, I think, why would I believe them if they've been working on this and hadn't even got it fixed yet?
Absolutely.
Gentleman's time.
Mr. Chairman, thank you, and I yield.
Thank you.